So my name is Lulu Kupaza. I'm here today with Dr. Yusuf. Dr. Yusuf, would you like to tell us where you're located?
Okay, I'm located at Songo region, and this is Momba District Council. Okay. It's in the southern part of Tanzania.
Okay. And what is your, exactly what is your occupation? If you don't mind telling me.
My occupation, I'm a clinician, so it's a general practitioner.
Okay. Okay. And what is a typical day in your life?
Like from morning maybe, or?
Yeah, all the way to the time that you go to bed.
Okay, I wake up in the morning maybe at 5 a.m. So I work out a little bit, and then at 6 a.m. I prepare myself to go to work. At 7:30 a.m. I'll be at my working area. So I'll be working, seeing the patients maybe from 7:30 up to 8:30. We have this clinical meeting in the morning. After that, then we are going to have daily activities of seeing the patients and other responsibilities. So up to 14:30 hours, I'll be done with my duty. But sometimes it might go beyond up to 8 p.m. during the night because of different responsibilities. We have to deal with the patients, but also have to deal with other issues related to health in our council. So that's my typical day. Yeah, in short.
Okay. Okay, and what do you work in a private hospital or is it a government hospital?
No, this is a government hospital.
Okay, okay. And what are your aspirations in health generally?
Okay, my aspiration, I would like that everybody to be healthy. And I'm speaking this in the point of, we both know, we humans, so everybody, if you're not sick, maybe your family member is sick, and we see there are a lot of problems that comes with that, with such kind of condition. So to be in ready for us, for this life to be good, we need to really be healthy. So for everyone, my family, and even the patients that I'm seeing, my aspiration for them to be well.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And what about, are there challenges that you get in these areas in terms of health for your patients, your family?
Okay, so in terms of the challenges, especially in the areas where I'm located right now, this is rural area. So when it comes to health knowledge, people around here, it's rural area, so knowledge about health is not that really for many people when you compare to urban areas. So this is the major challenges that we're facing in this area. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's major.
Okay. And what are your fears in terms of health? Like fears for you or your family or the people in your community right now?
Okay. Fear for myself, and so this is concerning myself, the family, and the community in general. If we are not healthy, we cannot operate our day-to-day activities. So we can't achieve what we are planning in our lives, our goals and ambitions. So that's exactly my fear. No one will be able to achieve what they are planning if they are not healthy. That's my major fear. I think that's important.
Okay, and you keep saying if they're not healthy, that you want them to be healthy. What does being healthy mean to you?
Being healthy is generally just being well. This is all aspect, socially, physically, and mentally, and also in the aspect of nutrition. So being healthy just does not mean just to be physically well. It also includes socially and mentally.
Okay, okay. And what are some of the ways you're trying to achieve being healthy socially, being healthy physically, mentally? What is it that you're doing to achieve this?
Okay, so there is one phrase that I think I learned from Mr. Kupaza. So this comes from this aspect that we should all try to be better. I should try to be a better person. So if I try to be a better person, I will be able to tackle all those angles. In matter of knowledge, I should equip myself with knowledge, experience, different experiences, because those are the things that will help me encounter those problems. So trying to achieve those health, I should equip myself with more knowledge, experience, seeing many people or many patients so that I can identify those problems. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And when did you feel, so when you're younger, when did you get the passion to be a doctor? What happened when you realized, oh, I want to be a doctor, or I'm interested in being a doctor?
Okay, so this starts way back from when I was in primary school. It wasn't like something that when you're in primary school, it's not like you have these maybe the logic or a reasonable why you want to be a doctor. But back in school, I knew one thing: I needed to be a doctor, because back in school, it's like, hey, if you want to have a good job, you want to live a good life, you need to be a doctor. But as I was growing up. Sorry, can you hear me, please?
You cut off. So could you repeat that? Sorry.
Okay, so this, as I said, this was from back in primary school. So back in primary school, just an interest, because I see you go to the hospital, you like how the doctor talks to you and everything. So as time went by, you go to secondary school, then you go to high school, and then there is a little bit of mixing in faith. See, a little bit of faith. So then I realized I think I want to do this. So as time went by, I really liked to be a doctor because I could solve these problems. And I'm saying because as a victim, my father used to have this certain disease. So you see, there are some challenges that he's facing, going through his treatment. And I was like, hey, if some of our family member got into medicine, maybe a little bit could help with his treatment. So that's when I really wanted to be a doctor. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Sorry about to hear about your dad.
Thank you.
So speaking of family members who are sick or
Okay.
patient,
Okay.
do you have other family members who are patients as well?
No, only
Just your dad.
Yes, madam.
Okay. And if your dad has is it like a long-term sort of health issue?
It's long term. He's diabetic.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he's diabetic. So.
Okay. Okay. And if your family member had an opportunity,
Okay.
health-wise or nutrition-wise,
Okay.
how would you describe a typical day of receiving health services? So when your dad needs to get health services or nutrition sort of services,
Okay.
if I'll use that word, what happens there? Like, what is the process for him to go to get the health services and his process of getting the nutrition that he needs?
Okay. So in terms of nutrition, this is usually maybe what I'll do it myself over the phone. For example, my father, because right now we are far away. So through phone, we are going to discuss what he's supposed to be eating, what he's not supposed to be eating. And when that's on the side of nutrition. And in terms of health services, excluding nutrition, he just need to go to the facility because he has his insurance. And in my family, it's not like everybody has an insurance. Okay, my mom and my father has an insurance. So if he gets sick, he just need to go to the facility and then he gets just the usual one as we are practicing around here. Yeah.
And how far is the health facility from where he lives?
You from where he. So should I mean, I should speak from the aspect of my father and the community around here, right?
Yes, where he is, because you said that he's far now. So yes, so like
Back
from
in,
where he is to get to the hospital or health
yeah, it's
facility.
almost like 1 kilometer maybe.
Okay.
But
Okay.
if I'm going to speak about where I'm working right now, the facility around here is a little bit maybe from maybe also 1 kilometer, yes, from the community.
Okay. Okay.
So most of the
And
time
sorry,
most of the
most of the
time
time.
they use motorcycle to get here. As I
Okay.
said, this is interiors, very.
Okay. And how much will
So
that cost, a motorcycle to the hospital?
to 1,000 to 2,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tanzanian shillings.
Yes.
Okay. And for the nutrition aspect for your dad,
Yes.
when you advise the nutrition or the types of foods that he wants to or he has to eat,
Yes.
does he get these foods easily? Are they
Okay.
easily accessible?
Okay. Back in home is accessible, and the one thing that I think because he's understanding. At the beginning, it was difficult, but he was like, "Hey, this is a change of my lifestyle. I'm not used to this. I should eat everything I want." But after explained to him what will happen, then he understood. But back to where I'm at right now,
Yeah,
some things is difficult. It's
to get.
difficult to get access to those kind of food because of, as I said, it's interior, so the transport to get to a place where it's easily accessible is way too far. It costs like 10,000 Tanzanian
Oh,
shillings. Yeah, so it is very difficult. An aspect of nutrition around
yeah,
here,
yeah,
and with the connection of knowledge
yeah.
of the people around here, on the aspect of nutrition is a little bit challenging. And even in our facility, we receive kids with malnutrition and
What kind of malnutrition?
severe malnutrition.
Okay, I'm not a doctor, so I think that's why I asked that question because there's this
Okay.
there's what
But
kwashiorkor, there's
yes, there's moderate acute malnutrition, then there is severe acute malnutrition, and then severe
okay,
acute malnutrition, then there is marasmic kwashiorkor, and
okay,
yeah, there is marasmic, and then there is kwashiorkor.
okay. So the type that is there
Two types,
usually.
marasmic, kwashiorkor.
Oh, okay. In the village you're staying in now,
Yeah,
in the community.
community.
Okay, and you said your dad is far. So where is your dad located?
My dad is located at Lushoto, Tanga. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, and the nutrition there is easily accessible.
Yeah, it's easily accessible.
Okay, and so how do you deal with getting the nutrition that you need? You said that it's far. It's about 10,000 Tanzania shillings to get to a place where you can get these.
Yeah.
So what do you do? How do you deal
Yeah,
with that?
so for me at least it's easy because I have a refrigerator. So even if I go during the
Uh-huh.
weekend, I pick up my stuffs, then it's easy to store them. So for those who do not have refrigerator, it's a little bit challenging.
So what would you say is the common foods that people eat there that is causing them to lack those kind of?
Common food that people like here, all that is accessible, easily accessible,
Yeah, yeah.
is rice and ugali. That's the common
Okay,
one. So, and if speaking of aspect of fruits, maybe the fruit that we
yeah.
can eat is accessible here, maybe is avocado, banana.
Okay,
In terms of vegetable, that is difficult.
okay. The
It is
vegetables
difficult
are
to get.
difficult.
Yeah, it's then difficult.
Okay, so you said well, the carbohydrates is the start, sorry,
Carbohydrates,
is the
yes.
rice and the stiff porridge.
Carbohydrates, yes, and then meat is easily
Yeah.
accessible. Yeah, meat is easily
What kind of
accessible.
meat?
Chicken
Okay.
and goat, yes, those are the common.
Okay. Cow, not really.
I cannot really. Maybe
Okay.
once, maybe once in 3 or 2 weeks.
Okay. So if it is goat and chicken, so up to my knowledge, little knowledge I have in health, I know that goat is usually associated with gout.
Yeah,
How's
exactly.
the gout there? The cases of people with gout there.
Okay, so as I said earlier, these I came here. It was in June. I mean, it was in August last year. Since the
Okay.
time I came in, I never saw a patient who
Came.
diagnosed with gout.
Okay. Okay.
There's not. Yes.
So in the Maasai community, that's around,
Okay.
I'm living in a community that is surrounded by Maasai, and
Okay.
usually they say that they use herbs, sort of soupy things, to deal with the people not to get gout. Do you guys have something like
Okay.
that there in that region? Is there something
No.
that okay,
No. And the thing is, even if you go around, you don't see many people complaining of joints maybe
okay,
and problem in their health concerned with joints.
okay,
Also, we have a physiotherapist around here, and even if you look at our diagnostics,
yeah,
you will never. I never saw a patient with gout.
mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, okay. And what about I'm going for like the mental aspect at the hospital that you work in. Is there a mental sort of department? Do you guys have cases where people come to,
There is no a department for mental health, but
okay.
we see many people who comes with mental problems, and
And okay, sorry. Uh-huh.
and that is a problem around him.
Okay.
That is
And
one of
do people voluntarily come and say, so I have a mental issue, I need somebody to talk to, I need help? Or is it the case of I'm sick of maybe some kind of disease, and
yes,
then you as a doctor identify like, okay, this person needs some kind of counseling. So
yes.
how is it? Is it voluntary or you
No,
just
no.
like,
Nobody comes in here voluntarily. Someone would be
okay,
so when you're suffering from depends on the kind of of mental illness that you're having. So
mm-hmm,
sometimes they may present with some physical symptoms. So somebody will be here because of their physical symptoms.
okay,
Yeah. But nobody voluntarily comes here and hey, maybe I have a problem, I need to talk to someone. Nobody. Nobody does that.
okay.
Because
And
I think is
before, okay,
okay. I think is more of knowledge
mm-hmm,
of what is mental health, what can it do to someone. I think that's the problem. We have it's not it's not a widely spoken subject around many places.
uh-huh, okay. And before you went to Songwe, were you working somewhere else?
Yeah, I was working at Lushoto,
Okay,
Lushoto Tanga. It was at Mount Usambara dispensary, but also I volunteered to Lushoto District Hospital for a year. Yeah, so at Mount
okay,
Usambara dispensary for 2 years. No, yes, for 3 years. Then I volunteered at the district hospital for 1 year.
okay. And
So
this issue of mental health, is
yes,
this all the places that you've worked that nobody voluntarily comes to the hospital, or is it just in Songwe right now where you are?
yeah, back in Lushoto, small number of people were coming, and at Lushoto District Hospital, they have this mental. They have even a psychiatrist right there. So even if I was working at the dispensary, some people voluntarily come in for consultation. They have problem, yes, it's stress and whatever. Yes, But
Oh,
here,
okay.
since I came in here, I never saw some.
Okay. Okay. And so what are your aspirations for you and your family
In terms of,
health and nutrition?
okay, so in terms of health and nutrition in my family, so I have three brothers. I have three brothers most of the time. So I am the youngest one. So
Okay.
if I'm the youngest one, but since I'm in practice, I'm in medicine. Sometimes they call me if they have a problem. They will call me, and then
Okay.
we will discuss. For my in terms of my brothers, if it's a call conference,
Okay.
hey, we should discuss this problem that someone has. It's one of our brothers, so we should discuss, and then we should talk to him.
Okay.
Also, I also thankful that my father is someone who is very understanding, and he knows sort of those things. So
Okay.
I think it's kind of thing that even he was raising us.
Mhm.
It's a little bit he was teaching us on how to deal with these problems, even though it's
Okay.
not all the time that they will come to me, because as a tradition,
Mhm.
if someone face some hardship, it's not all
Mhm.
to tell just anybody.
Mhm.
He will maybe all to tell maybe his father, maybe mother, depending on the
Yeah.
problem. They are not sharing all of their problem, because sometimes they may think, ah, this is my younger brother. Maybe he is not wise enough to tell me what to do, this and this and this. So it's
Mhm.
not, yeah.
Okay. And I know I asked you what health meant to you. What about nutrition? What does nutrition mean to you?
Nutrition to me means very important because, as I said earlier, my father is a
Mhm.
diabetic. So
Okay.
if my father is a diabetic, I know that maybe we don't know any of member of my family could also be a victim of diabetes. So most of the time, I try to talk to them. Hey, we should. Sometimes it's not clearly the what you should eat or not, but hey, we should not eat so much of this. We should not eat so much of this. We should not drink so much of soda. And yeah,
Mhm.
but sometimes it's challenged because of the areas where we're living.
Yeah.
Get access to some item is very difficult. So, but one
Okay.
of the subjects that I think is very serious right now is issue of nutrition. The issue of nutrition is very
Yeah.
serious. It's very serious.
Okay. And what about you? What are the types of challenges you get for nutrition? I know you said um it's far. One of the challenges you're getting right now is the access of getting nutrition. It's far from where you are. How do you
Yes.
go to access those needs, nutritional needs? You go by a motorbike, or how do you get there?
Okay, I usually go by a bus, or maybe sometimes if someone, maybe this weekend I didn't go.
Yeah.
I didn't
Okay.
go, so I might talk to someone when he come back. He bought me some stuff.
Okay.
Yes, but sometimes, de- depending on the schedule at work, you might be very busy. So sometimes you just have to eat maybe in the restaurant and
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Okay. And what about health needs? Do you have any challenges that you personally are facing in terms of health?
On my side, no. In my
Okay.
for my healthy,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Yes, I think the other thing that is challenging me in terms of health, as it is the environment.
Okay.
The environment, the areas where we're living. I mean, speaking of maybe our country generally, we have high number of communicable diseases compared to
Okay.
non-communicable disease. So this
Okay.
affects most of our environment. So we are surrounded with the river. So
Uh-huh.
if you're surrounded with the river, yes, we are prone to some kind of illnesses. So I think that is also another challenge,
Okay.
environmental sanitation, and yes.
Okay.
But the most important thing is that knowledge of those aspects of health is very low in our areas.
And what do you do to like, what are your solutions for those challenges? For instance, the ones you just mentioned.
Okay, so especially for where I'm working right now, so I'm in council team, I mean health council team. So we have this kind of program where we emphasize environmental sanitation and cleaning at the end of every month.
Yeah.
The last weekend of every month, but also we use these larvicide, I mean pesticides in those areas with maybe high incidence of disease like malaria.
Okay.
But mostly for education. But education is the most important thing that we are doing right now.
Okay. And is there anything else other than what you guys are already doing that you wish to do in terms of solutions?
Okay. I think what we are doing with relevance with where I am right now, I think the most important thing that we should work on is knowledge.
Okay.
To make sure people that understand what we're talking about, we are talking about health in all those aspects.
Yeah.
Because, and also, there is campaign that is being conducted after every quarter is toilets to emphasize the community to have the better toilets in our community, which is also very helpful. It's very helpful. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What would you be able to do if your family members who are patients, if they get the health or nutrition you aspire for them?
Come again, please, pardon?
So you said that you mentioned different kinds of challenges in terms of nutrition, say
Yes.
the access to nutrition, but also in terms of the health maybe of your dad. What would you be able to do, for instance, if you could easily access the nutrition that you need, and for your dad to get the consistent help that he needs or he's getting? What would you be able to do? Or is there something that you are not able to do because, say, you accessing nutrition is very far?
Okay, so I think this is a very general question. It's a very general question because if you're going to speak about accessing those items, we need to, for example, where I'm working right now, we have only one bus that goes to town. You see? So if it leaves here in the morning, it gets back in the evening, then there's no going back again. You see? So there are in the aspect of my family, maybe some sort of financial, helping with financial issues that we will have. But you might have a good financial status, but we have no knowledge of such things, it will be impossible. So basic things, you need to be financially good, and then you need to have knowledge on those matters, because as I said earlier, people suffer those problems in some areas not because they don't have access to those things. They have access, but they do not have knowledge.
Okay.
Yes, on your nutrition.
So I'm going to dig a bit deep in that. So you said you have the knowledge and of those things, say for instance the nutrition, and you said that the bus, there's only one bus that gets you to get the nutrition that you need, or the vegetables or whatever that you need. So it leaves in the morning and then comes back in the evening.
Yeah.
So which means when you go and get your nutritional needs, this takes the whole day. Your whole day is cancelled.
Because you need to wait at the bus. you need to wait for the bus to come back. So if you go in the morning, then you spend those hours. You need to buy all your stuff. Then you should get back so that you can come back. Or else you may wait up maybe to the next day.
How
But it also
how many hours does it take between the two? Like in the morning, you'd leave at what time? What time would the bus leave?
at 5 a.m.
A.m. Okay.
Yes. So you get there at 8.
Okay. That's
Then
2 hours.
then at 1 p.m. the bus gets back. Then you get here for maybe at 4 maybe.
So you have
4 p.m.
roughly 3 to 4 hours of shopping.
Yes.
Okay. So for instance, if that market, is it a market?
Yeah, it's a market here because it's a town.
Okay. So for
Yeah.
instance, if that market there was an available market as such where you're living, how would that look for you?
Okay, so here is the thing.
Uh-huh.
There's a small market.
Okay.
There's a small market, but
Okay.
that small market also does not have enough. As I said, maybe it's vegetable. If you go there, you find maybe tomatoes, you
Yeah.
find maybe there's a rice,
Uh-huh.
I mean banana, maybe cassava. But I forgot one thing. There is I mean in the first day of a month, there is always a market.
Okay.
Okay,
So is it a
so
mobile market? Is it people coming?
yeah,
It comes
from
okay.
different areas. They come from different areas. They serve in groups. So when
Okay.
they at the beginning of a month, you might do that. But since it's only once in a month, it's
Okay.
a little bit challenging.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else you wish to tell us about health or nutrition? Anything, can be anything.
Okay, I will say this. I said it, I think, more than 3 times. If we need to be healthy, we really need to equip ourselves with more knowledge on healthy.
Mhm.
That is the very important thing. We should keep ourselves with more knowledge on health.
Okay. And how would you advise people, say in rural areas, to access this kind of information?
Okay, I think maybe sometimes people think maybe is you can't be healthy. Maybe in terms of nutrition, you can be healthy if you won't consume the local available food.
Okay.
That's another challenge, I think. So, which is why I said we need to equip more ourselves with knowledge.
Okay. So for instance, if you had to go to Songwe, where you are, and go to tell a grandma or a bibi, ways of getting knowledge, and she asks you, okay, so how do I do this? Where do I go to get this knowledge?
Okay.
Do you want me to
Okay,
equip
so
myself with knowledge?
so here we have a program where we work with community health, I mean community workers. In every village there are several members
Okay.
who are the natives that came from that area. So they have the schedule of giving knowledge of different aspect of health. Yes. So when those program comes, so we use them to
Mm-hmm.
but also in our facilities, maybe it's a hospital, it's a dispensary, more knowledge
Yeah.
are being given, yes.
Okay.
But it's not
Okay.
like,
And yeah.
for example, last week we had
Yeah.
this meeting with food vendors
Okay.
in our local areas, and we were sharing knowledge on healthy food. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how has COVID-19 changed everything or anything in health?
Okay, I think COVID-19, though it affected a lot of people in their lives, but it had a positive impact because people became more concerned with their health, because so some people started to get attention in matters of their health, but
Okay.
also in the aspect of the areas where we're living. I mean, the tradition of people washing their hands, so it still
Yeah.
continues up to now. So I think those are
Okay.
positive impact of COVID. Yes.
Okay. And what about in health facilities? Has anything changed after COVID-19? Like what was happening before COVID-19 and then after COVID-19, what changed in like health facilities? What were they doing differently from what they were doing before COVID-19?
Okay, I think in health facilities, the facilities became more attentive to and more prepared to, I mean, like having tools to deal with such kind of condition. Also became more, gave more attention to condition related to COVID-19.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Yusuf. Is there anything else you would like to say, maybe add? Because I've exhausted all my questions.
Okay. I think it was just nice to have this conversation.
Okay.
I wish that we could have more so we can share more knowledge on health and other aspects of life. I think,
Yeah.
for example, on the subject of nutrition and health,
Yeah.
mental health, I think those are the most important
Mm-hmm.
subjects that needs to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Then I would like to thank you again for the time and your great ideas that you shared with us today.
Thank you.